Hey guys, I'm playing Sins of a Solar Empire Trinity from Steam. It is a Ironclad Games production, and it is a space strategy game with three-dimensional space combat and RTS style gameplay. So we're gonna go into single player, new game. Let's do medium, 4 players, and then Pandemonium, that sounds good, or Wrathful. Wrathful, we're gonna go Wrathful. And there are three organizations in the game to choose from, or 3 factions. There are the TEC, the Advent, and the Visari. The Advent are very culture based. The TEC are economically stable and defensive, and the Visari are very combat intensive. I'm going to play the Visari, the evil alien race, and go ahead and pick a cool icon here. And they will all be random, that's fine. And load this up. So what you'll see here when we start, I did play a tutorial a bit earlier, is we have 2 fabricators, or they're like SCVs in StarCraft. They build various buildings. There are 2 types of planetary enhancements. There are logistic structures and tactical structures. Logistic structures are factories, labs, and whatnot, and they provide bonuses to technology or manufacturing of specific units. And there are tactical structures, which are defensive installments such as turrets and MAC cannons and whatnot. So I go into logistics first, and I always like to build weapons labs because I am the Visari. I like to rush a lot of military early. So we'll build those close to the planet surface. I love the art style of this game, very photorealistic, and the lighting is incredible. You'll see. You zoom out, you see the links between solar systems and between planets, and there is a star in the center, which you can reach with a certain type of travel you get later on and a certain tech tree. But for now, I'm going to go to there are 2 structures you start out with that can build units. There's a frigate factory, which builds your main military units, and then there should be, or I guess on this map you don't start out with it. There should be a capital ship factory, but I can't seem to find it, so I guess in this map you don't start with one. And you also don't start with scouts as you do on a lot of the maps I've played on for like tutorial and a few practice games. So once these are done, actually I'll go ahead and build some frigates. Skirmishers are nice, and then maybe a scout to explore some of the surrounding region. So ships to travel between, all the combat happens within the orbit of these planets, and there are phase lanes which allows you to use your ship's jump speed to travel between these planets. And so no actual combat happens between the planets, but these planets are pretty intensive, and intensive combat zones later on once people actually build up a force. So my frigates are going to start coming out. I might turn the voices down real quick. Oh, they are down very low. Okay. So this is a fabricator. Now that those are done, I'm going to go ahead and build these missile platforms. These give you some basic defense. I'm going to put them near my military labs, so just to give me a little added protection. This will fight off any sort of early advance that comes out. These frigates, I'm going to set my rally point to right here, so they just meet up there. They don't move around and do some crazy things. I'll go ahead and build another missile platform. Actually, I'm going to build this one on the other side of maybe right here. Another thing you can do is harvest resources from meteors that are found nearby to your planets or in the same region. We have 2 metal asteroids and 1 crystal asteroid. And so metal and crystal are the main resources in the game, such as Vespene gas and minerals in StarCraft. And I shouldn't be drawing too many analogies between the two, but there are some similarities. So once this missile platform is built, or rather, now that this one is finished, or is soon to be finished, in about like 10-12 seconds, I'm going to send this to build a capital ship factory once I have enough metal, which shouldn't be, well, actually will be a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and build a metal extractor on this asteroid, and once my navigator once this last skirmisher is finished, I'm going to go ahead and send my scout out. You can do random exploration. That's just going to explore these couple planets here. It looks like a small solar system, but each planet then has branches to new planets that you can't currently see. You can only see the planets that you haven't discovered in the immediate proximity to your home planet. So my scout is now completed. I'll demonstrate the phase lanes. I'm going to go ahead and send him here. There's a lot of great detail on the ships too. Oh, lost him. These guys are fast. So he's going to pull out here and open up a phase portal, and you'll see he's going to jump by really fast. And he's on his way. So that I'm going to set this guy to auto explore. This will send him to any nearby planets. If he reaches a dead end, he'll come back and find a new route to explore. So this metal extractor is coming on, and since this is done, I'm gonna construct a crystal extractor that's going to harvest these crystals from this asteroid. And for now, let me see if there's any research I can put stuff into. These are the assailant. They fire long-range torpedoes. They're very good for city defense, or sorry, planetary defense, and they also enable a bit more versatility in your army. Right now, though, I think I'm going to go into this will improve my skirmishers, which I already do have a bit. So I'm going to build rapid pulse cycling level 1, and I might go down to phase miniaturation later, which gives me a chance for my missiles to bypass shields. And a scout from another player has entered my orbit, but they're going to get away just fine. Here we do have contesting. That's weird. Somehow I got this metal extractor, but that's weird. So there was some contestation there for the for this mineral deposit, but I did get it because my scout. I believe the scout does have. Yes, they can capture extractors, which is kind of a pain if it happens to you, but it's nice if you pick off an early mineral bonus. So this is complete. I'm gonna finish off my extractor building in my main planet by building another metal extractor on this mineral deposit. And if we look, I forget where the menu is for that. Here, if you click on Develop Planet, you can increase the capacity of it for logistic and tactical buildings, as well as civilian infrastructure and whatnot, which just gives you added bonuses to population growth and whatnot in those cities. We have another one of that same seeker unit's coming here, and he's now going to explore another planet. I wonder where my scout has gone. Auto Explorer. So he's going to phase down onto here, discover this unknown planet, and I'm going to start building up my army a bit more. Actually, I need one of my fabricators to build a capital ship factory, because I should start with one, but I didn't for some reason. So with these guys are just on a little patrol here for some reason. Or no, they are attacking this seeker vessel, which is now leaving. And I'll leave these guys here for now. I'm gonna go ahead and build some extra I think these can colonize planets, but I'm not sure. That's usually something you need to get a capital ship for, but apparently these, it says they can establish outposts on uncontested planets. I'm not sure if that just gives you bonuses from the planet or if it actually fully captures it, but I'm just going to build up my skirmish army a little bit more. You can sell minerals and metal on the black market for the opposite resource, and you get a worse deal. You get you sell it for less than it's actually worth, and you buy it for more than you sell it for. So you can, if you're in desperate need of a resource, you can buy it for a huge markup in cost, or you can sell it if you have too much of it and you want to get some money to spend on something else. So I'll set my rally point there now, since my fleet has decided to build up there for some reason. And my capital ship factory is nearing 3/4 of the way complete. My other fabricator, I don't believe, is doing anything, so let's see if I can get it to build something. Okay. I can build another missile platform, maybe on here. And the other players are getting sight of where I am. This is a relatively small map, so it will be a relatively quick game. And so my metal extractor, I'm going to go ahead and send my military over here and try to defend it, because it's getting it's got a lot of unwanted attention over there. So I'm going to send my military over to, and they can kind of jump from anywhere in the outside surface on the same side. So these guys are going to jump over here to this asteroid field. Asteroid belts cannot be colonized, as there is no planet to actually form a colony, but they can have valuable resources, and sometimes there's other things involved there. There's like black holes where nothing happens in a black hole, but you can amass your units to prepare for an assault. So yeah, these guys are going to start building up a bit of an army in here, and that's going to threaten my base. It's going to threaten my homeland, so we don't want that. So send Air Force One in here to, yeah, combat music begins to play. Oh, the rest of them are taking a while. And so we'll send them in to just take care of these guys. They do have a flagship here, so they're quite strong. I don't know if I can actually take this out. You can see the shields, the individual lasers bouncing off the shields, which is kind of cool. Its shields are down. This is interesting. So its shields regenerate quite quickly. Its armor is currently at a steady rate, but my guys are not currently being hit very hard at all. This unit is now attacking, so I'll just take him out real fast. He's got really low armor and really low health, really kind of a small, it's sort of an irrelevant unit. It doesn't do that much damage, but now these guys can apparently send off fighters. I think the flagship might be doing that. Fighter squadrons cannot be shot down. And the first unit, doesn't look good. I'll start retreating if I lose a couple more after these guys go down. Go back to my capital. maybe start building a couple more. Oh, they captured that metal extractor. Yeah, this isn't going my way. I'm going to retreat for the time being. I'm going to put research into skeletal reinforcement. That will give... Actually... Yeah, that increases the passive hull repair rate of my units. That's going to regenerate them faster, so put a couple points into that. There are 4 tech trees. Manipulation, I believe, is cultural. And each tech tree, 2 of the tech trees have 3 individual little sub-trees. So there's quite a lot of technology to research. So my units will mostly get away. I lose a couple to the orange, which are playing as the Advent, I believe. Yeah, that is the Advent. So I have my capital ship, or, whoa, where is it? My capital ship factory right here. The first capital ship, I believe, is free, but I do not have sufficient fleet capacity, so I need to upgrade that. Put points in there. And the pirates currently have a bounty on me, and they're coming for me. That's nice. That's actually kind of a horrible thing that I just realized. They're coming. Okay, so warfare, I want to get into these. I'm going to sell some crystal. I'm going to go into the assailant prototype. That's got a long-range defensive capabilities, which I'm really going to need right here. Because it appears as though I'm going to be vastly outgunned by the pirates. Because I didn't realize they were coming for me just yet. My skeletal reinforcement increases the repair rate of the hull, but that's not going to help too much against the pirate force. And I'm starting to get a bit of a larger... I have no idea which direction they're going to come from. Definitely position my guys here, since there is no way that a force could come from this hemisphere. It's vital that I get this done. Check my fleet logistics path. Here you can increase the number of fighters you can have, or cruisers and frigates you can have, and then here you improve the number of capital ships you can have in your command. Currently I can have 2, but I don't have capacity for 1, so I need to get this quickly. And now I can pick one to get. I usually get the one that has colonize right here. You'll see the Jerusalem evacuator. My evacuator will allow me to colonize new planets when I reach them. So I'm going to pump that one out. The first cruise ship is free, so that shouldn't cost too much. My fleet is quite large now, so I'm not feeling so horrible about the pirate invasion. But the problem is I don't know how long it's going to take them to get there. I don't know how much time I have to prepare. They could be right here and beaming over right now, and I would not know. So I guess I'll just act as though they're a million miles away. So with the next capital ship I'm going to get, not now, but later on, is probably It's probably a Devastator. It's very good at destroying and just obviously devastating a assaulting force. It's good defense. It's also great offense, and it does, I think, this might I think the Devastator has planetary assault, orbital strike mechanisms, but I'm not entirely sure. I love in this game the three-dimensional plane of all the planets and ships and buildings, and how they're not all on the same plane. It just adds an interesting aesthetic to it. My fleet, I think I set that to, Command Group 1, so now I can select them at a moment's notice and send them on any attacking foes. My capital ship is coming along. It is... They don't give you a percent complete on the... in the build queue, but should be done relatively soon. This shows you the presence of various of the players in any given area. So there you see it's all red. It's all my units in here. If a pirate fleet came in, it would change. There would be an added bar. There would be added bars of a different color, the same color that represents the pirates, and so you know, if you look at the solar system map, you know where conflicts are going on and what players are involved in which and where, as long as you have vision of that planet. So my capital ship is now out. I can build a squadron of either bombers or squadrons of fighter. You can either build fighters or bombers. Bombers are great at taking out actual ships, and fighters are great at taking out bombers. And they also poke holes in the defenses of frigates and cruisers. I'm going to build bombers just because I want to try to take out as much of their fleet as possible, a big chunk of their fleet, so they can't bother me anytime soon. This guy is going to make it, but he did take a significant amount of damage. He's going to want to watch where he puts his units in the future. My capital ship is going to regroup with the rest of my fleet, and the pirates are here. So you'll see now, if I look at the HUD, there is a white portion. The pirates' fleet is relatively small, but mine is as well. I'll get gravity warhead. That slows the movement of targeted ships and prevents them from phase jumping. So if any of them try to retreat, it shan't go too well for them. See, that is my orbital warhead. This is rough. This is rough that someone put a bounty on my head. I might be able to see who did it. I can start pumping out more units in the meantime. I'm going to build some of those assailants I was talking about earlier. Those are going to be vital in defending this if my initial fleet of skirmishers does get taken out. One of my skirmishers does go down. They do leave after they do enough damage to send this on one of the weaker ones, the pirate rogue. And you see it does have quite long range. So these torpedoes are going to hit for pretty decent damage and be out of range of the others, of the enemy units for quite a while, until they decide to go on that unit, on that group of units. And it does look like my fleet is failing to these pirates, but they leave after they take the amount of bounty that's on you. That's on your player, or me. Once you take enough economic damage, or they destroy units of equal value to the bounty you have, they do leave you alone, which is not. I mean, it would be worse if they stayed and completely wiped you out really early, which they are doing to my military right now. But so the torpedoes are coming in on the rogue. Wow. I'm going to focus on the bigger guys now. Wow, this is getting pretty heavy. I don't know if this is gonna. This is obviously not a good thing for my first start, but it could be worse. I could be actually being attacked by a player who won't let up. So my torpedoes are coming in. Come on. There you go. Focus them all on this one cutthroat. The cutthroat are putting out a majority of the damage. The music gets a little tense when fighting battles like this. The capital ship is helping immensely, I will say. My gravity warhead is preventing any of them from retreating if they do get particularly low in hull strength. And the torpedoes are launched from such a range that... Oh, there is actually one more cutthroat. Gonna take that out real quick. That'll go down without an issue. And whoa. They're threatening my main ship. I'm gonna move these guys in closer. Gonna try to split up what my troops are doing. See if I can take out their force more quickly. My skirmishers have gotten involved in the fight. Now the combat here can get a bit crazy, and you kind of feel like you're losing a lot of units, and I am. But now that I have these, assailants out, it's a lot easier to pick them off without taking a whole lot of damage, because they have to get within range, and they're currently focusing on my capital ship, which is taking a significant amount of damage, but it is costing them their entire fleet. Or the sub-fleet. And it looks like I will survive this, so... And the last one, taking full damage from all my units. Kaboom! I've survived the pirate invasion.